Hi everyone, welcome to a live stream about how to find winning products to sell in your dropshipping store. This is Ilari from Yakkyofy, and I'm very thrilled to have here with me one of the greatest experts of the dropshipping sector, Justin Woll. Hi, Justin.
Hey, how are you? Hopefully you're doing well today. Thank you so much for having me on board. I'm really excited to share some really incredible value with your community, and I can't wait to get started.
Welcome. For those who didn't know, Justin is the head and founder of BeyondSixFigures. Over the last 3 years, he established the most successful e-commerce coaching program in the industry. After coaching thousands of business owners, he built a streamlined system for e-com entrepreneurs to follow and build and scale their online businesses. Incredible, right? So before digging into the main topic, Justin, do you want to give us a short overview of BeyondSixFigures?
Absolutely. So over the last few and several years, we've actually managed to build a very consistent system for our clients to go ahead and follow to actually develop consistency in the e-commerce marketplace. One of the most important things about e-commerce and actually building a business is knowing where you're headed and knowing the systems that you need to get there. So it's super, super important to make sure that you have systems in your business when you're actually planning on building or scaling. So today, I'm actually very excited to showcase to you guys incredible amounts of product research systems, tactics, and ideologies that have been proven and have done over 8 figures in student sales alone. And I'm going to be showcasing that exact same knowledge with you guys. I'm very excited to get started.
That's very amazing. So first of all, thank you for being here today with us. We're just going to give some advice on how to find winning products to sell. As we all know, we're starting dropshipping business. The real challenge is not opening a store, but finding the right products to sell. So let's start. And you guys at home, don't forget to write your questions in the comment section. We will try to reply them at the end of this interview. And for those who follow us until the end, we have some special surprises. Exactly. Justin and I will offer you some special bonuses, and after the Q&A section, Justin will pick 3 favorite questions, and the authors will be awarded $50 credit on the Yakkyofy wallet. Not bad, right? So please, Justin, help us find some nice products for our businesses.
Absolutely. I have a really cool system to showcase to the community today that I'm actually very, very eager to walk you guys through.
Lovely. Could you please explain to us how can we recognize a winning product? What are the most important factors to keep in mind?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you want to actually have real, true points when finding a winning product. A lot of people will go out there and basically generally look for items that have no real marketing angle and have no real marketing benefit or usage. We use something known as the product index. And the product index is actually a collection of criteria commonly found in winning products. These things are known as criteria are found in winning products. So we have improving confidence, improving convenience, saving people money, saving people time, and all of the other index points that we utilize for the system in one to actually give you a real clear-cut black and white system to follow when you're moving through your product research system. I actually have a few slides as well that if you'd like, I could go ahead and showcase for the actual community.
Please do.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen now. Can you guys see?
Just one moment. I think we're gonna see it now. So while we wait for the screens to start, can you mention something else?
Yeah. So the product,
a bit more.
Like I mentioned,
like what are the? Oh, yep. Here we are.
Perfect. So as you guys can see here, this is just one of our stores that we've had do over $26,000 in a single day, which is super cool. But the way that we got there wasn't by testing random products. It was by actually using a proven system to test these products and to find the items that have the best chance at actually becoming a winner. So we have 1, improves confidence, 2, improves convenience, 3, fills a void or solves a problem, 4, saves people money, saves people time, extremely unique, improves quality of life, high perceived value, and women dominated. All of these specific pieces of criteria are used in our product research system to actually help us find better products to test. Remember, your product must meet at least 3 points of this product research criteria in order for it to be a true item to market. Keep in mind, most products that you test will be losing products. So it's important for you guys to understand that when you're going through product research, it's very, very crucial to be very strict with the process at hand.
All right. There is one point that is really interesting. Can you tell us a bit more about the criteria that you call high perceived value?
For sure, for sure. And great question as well. So first and foremost, high perceived value is basically the perception that the consumer has about your product. For example, let's say you have a acne cream, right? Acne cream for your face that actually helps you get the breakouts clear on your face. Most people and most manufacturing companies will charge you maybe $2, $3, $4, $5 to create the solution. So you could charge anywhere above that and make profit. But in this specific market, there's a higher perceived value behind this product at hand, meaning that people will pay premiums of $20, $30, $40, and even $50 to help their face with acne and any actual blemishes that they have on their face. That is known as a high perceived value market. And even though the cost of the item is low, you can still charge more because of the perception or high perceived value that is already a stigma in that specific marketplace. In short terms, people are willing to pay more for things that have more beneficial results as a result of using the product. So high perceived value is when your benefit or result of the product outweighs the price of the product.
All right. Did you know that Yakkyofy offers product personalization and custom packaging for dropshipping products? Do you think that selling branding products could raise the perceived value of an item in the eyes of the customer? Sorry.
Yeah, honestly, that's a great point, honestly. And to be honest, one of the major things, when you find traction in a product, you then begin to brand around it, right? So you test a product, you get some really great results, and you obviously go ahead and change whatever that general store is or one product store to a more niched down website according to that winning product's niche. And when that's done and you actually prove your offer, it's great to go ahead and get white labeled packaging and your own custom packaging as well. Keep in mind, custom packaging and white labeling increases the perceived value of your product, enabling people to obviously want to pay more for it. So custom packaging is an amazing, amazing, amazing benefit of using the service. Absolutely. I would definitely recommend using white labeling and actually custom branding your product when you get that traction from your offer. It's a great way to go ahead and improve that value.
Well, thank you very much for your feedback. What would you say about the product index? That is very interesting as well. How would you apply this in real life, and how can one apply this to a drop shipping business? Like, I think that the people at home would like to know some practical tips that you can apply.
For sure.
How to work properly with the system.
Got it. So what I'll do here is I'll actually go from this slide back to our actual proven product research system slide. And what we have here is all of the specific tools that you will need to actually begin finding your products to apply the product index to. So keep in mind, there's always a big number of tools that you'll need to obviously go through and utilize when finding real proper products. So first and foremost here, we have the BeyondSixFigures product index, right? So this is the first thing that we'll need to go ahead and validate certain products to see if they're even worth testing. So that's our index right here. Second thing you'll need, and these are in proper order of operation as well, is Google Trends. So Google Trends, Amazon, Unicorn Smasher or Jungle Scout extension, AliExpress, Facebook Audience Insights, Google Sheets, YouTube, and watch count. And for all of our ladies and gentlemen who are watching right now, definitely write these things down because this is the exact order that you'll be using the system in. And as we move through, I actually have some really cool steps to showcase to you guys as well once we get deeper into the interview. But make sure you have these written down because this is the exact order that you'll be using the system in. And the product research plays a very, very important role in the system because it's the exact criteria you'll be using to actually go out of your way to validate certain products alongside what we call our multi-platform verification points, which are all of these specific websites below.
That's really amazing. But now we kind of spoken about the research considering a new product that we find. But I was just wondering, do we always have to search for new products so we can also sell old items? Like, to explain better, there are some items that come back every year. So do you think it would be a mistake to sell these kind of items? I understand that they might have a bit more competition, but for example, a dropshipper could create like some sort of strategy around them. Do you have any tips or suggestions in this regard?
Yeah, that's a very, very, very good point, to be honest. Now, there's new products that come to the market, and there's old products that have already proven themselves. New products are great because they're untapped, and you can really scale them fairly high. Old products you could still utilize, but you probably won't get that massive scale because there's probably more competition in the marketplace. But keep in mind as well that when a product is proven, it's all about your marketing angle. So whether it's new or old, as long as you have your marketing angle proper, properly written, you should be able to go ahead and sell it properly if it's a true winning product. For example, let's say we have a plush dog bed, and this dog bed is a bed for dogs, and it's made out of a different type of material than other dog beds. It's more soft, and it feels more cozy, and it also keeps the dog more calm and stress-free. As opposed to saying, like what everyone else has said, oh, it comes in 10 different colors, and it's great because you could choose different colors for your dog. The real marketing angle would be not talking about the colors. Okay, keep in mind this is an old product as well.
Yes.
But it would be best to talk about the effects on the dog after using the bed. So for example, as opposed to talking to the colors, you can say, hey, this product actually enables your dog to have less stress, lessen the anxiety, and get your dog more sleep throughout the night. There's actually multiple studies done with dog beds that showcase that a better place to sleep and more soft material enables your dog to feel more calm and more stress-free, enabling them to sleep longer and be more energetic and just feel better as the dog themselves. Now, you could see how much more effective that specific angle is than just saying, oh, it comes in 10 different colors. That's the same type of angling we'll use for a past winning product as well, or an old winning product. Instead of talking about the general reasonings of the product, we're talking about the marketing angles of each item. And that's why so many people get so confused on how to properly sell items online, is because they're talking about general points while they should be talking about marketing angle and the results and benefits of the products instead.
I understand. So for those who do not know yet, if you buy stock of products with Yakkyofy, you can get a discount on the single item price and keep the items in a warehouse for free. No stocking, picking, or packing fees. If you buy stock, you can reduce also the delivery time by 4 business days. And because you get a discount, you can increase your margins. So in the case of seasonal products, maybe buying a stock in advance can help that too. For example, do you think that would be a good strategy to buy some stock in advance? What do you think?
Absolutely, especially if you have that offer proven and you know you'll be able to sell it. For example, we're going through Chinese New Year right now. So one of the best things for a company to do to go through Chinese New Year, if they don't already have their stock in USA, is to go ahead and buy stock and store it at their manufacturing and agent's actual facility. So absolutely, stock is amazing because not only are you able to get the pricing down, you're also able to go ahead and get your processing time sped up as well to get your consumer quicker shipping and ultimately increase your Facebook page feedback score. So absolutely, stock is an imperative point of any large business scale. Absolutely.
That's interesting. So can you give us some examples for perhaps the businesses that you have in the past? Like how did you kind of find the winning product? You mentioned a bit about your points. So can you go a bit more in detail about them?
Yeah, I would love to go through some of these.
If you can show us some, yes, that would be amazing.
For sure, absolutely. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and break it down for the ladies and gents a bit for one more time. So we have the Beyond6Figures product research system here. And as you can see on this specific store, we've done over $40,000 in a single day. And that's by using this exact system. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, this system is very, very proven. So please write it down and pay attention. I know I go a bit fast, but do your best to take notes because I want you guys to go home on your laptops and have a real actionable system the second you leave our actual live stream. So Google Trends, Amazon, Unicorn Smasher, AliExpress, Facebook Audience Insights, Google Sheets, YouTube, and watch count. And as you know, our product index to go ahead and validate certain products. But we'll get to that later. Let's go ahead and start off from scratch. So step number 1 is going to be google.com/trends. This is where you're going to go ahead and find out what markets are extremely hot, which means that you're going to be looking around you. What is your mom buying? What's your dad buying? What's your sister, brother, wife, or husband buying? What are they talking about? What's hot in the world right now? Let's pretend, for example, it's wintertime. And in wintertime, people are more interested in shovels, jackets, scarves, gloves, hoodies, all these things that keep you warm, right? The problem in winter is that it's cold. And with every problem comes an accessory. So in wintertime, we think, okay, cold. So the accessories with cold are hoodies, jackets, beanies, scarves, shovels, sleds, snowboards, all these random things that have to do with being cold and it snowing out. Therefore, you want to type in a very generalized market in the start of Google Trends to go ahead and start off your research. So for our example, we're going to type in beanie. And we only want to use singular search terms in this step. So beanie is an actual hat that keeps you warm. It keeps your ears warm in the cold. So we want to see how good this market's doing. So let's go ahead and type in beanie. And then
can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
Why is it important to put it at singular instead of plural?
Amazing, amazing question, Lara. So first and foremost, when you put plural search terms, you're going to get less search volume. When you put singular search terms, you get better search volume. And when you get more search volume, you have better data to read off of and better actual information to make your decisions based off of.
Lovely. Sorry, continue.
No, great question. Keep them coming. So as we go through and check out the beanie portion, we're going to go through and click search. And it'll show you a graph that looks just like this on Google Trends. So you want to make sure you do a few things. United States needs to be changed to United States. This will come as worldwide, change it to the United States, because the best representation of a buying market is US. Then we have the past 90 days, as well as shopping. Make sure your 3 criteria read as following. Okay, now there's 3-point verification for this step. The graph has to be currently above 35, above 50 at least 50% of the time or more, and the graph has to be increasing from start point to finish. As you can see, let us know down in the comments, do you guys think that this specific graph passes these 3-point verifications? It definitely does based off of our points. So Lara, what you see here is it's currently above 35. You see that?
Yes.
We have above 50, 50% of the time or more. So it's above 50, half the time or more, which is great.
That's right.
And then we have the graph increasing from start to finish. So that shows our 3 points of verification are passed here. Therefore, the term beanie, the niche of beanie, we can move forward to the next step. Is that making sense?
It does make sense, but is there any reason why it should be the US instead of, for example, the UK or Europe in terms of...
Great question. So based off of the best representation of a buying market, we want to go based off the most data. And the US has the most data. So since the most data is in US, we'd rather make our predictions of hot markets from the US as well.
Understand. That's very interesting. Thank you for
my pleasure
explaining.
Yeah.
So what do we do next?
Yep. So, okay. So after this specific step, you're going to go to the next portion, which is going to be Amazon. When you're on Amazon, you're going to be typing in the exact search term beanie that we just typed in. So whatever you typed into Google Trends also goes in Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. And keep in mind, this is the exact order that you want to perform your research in when you use this system. So let's go ahead and type in beanie. What you'll start to see is a bunch of random beanies that don't really look too hot, that don't look too really good or like they'll sell. But what you want to do is remember, we're using a tool called Unicorn Smasher. You can also use a tool that's identical to Unicorn Smasher called Jungle Scout. And with that being said, once you're actually on this specific page, you want to click the little button right up here, okay? That little Amazon button. When you click that button, this is Unicorn Smasher as a Google Chrome extension, so it's very, very important.
Okay, Google Chrome, understand.
Very important you download it. So you can also use Jungle Scout extension as well. They both do the same thing, but for example purposes, I'm going to show Unicorn Smasher.
Okay.
Now, once you click the actual Google extension button, this actual screen will pop down. And what you see here is the following. So you have, okay, all of the products that came up for beanie on a shortlisted actual list from Amazon. It gives us the estimated revenue, the sales numbers, the price, the rating, the reviews, a lot of really, really interesting information directly from Amazon. And what we do is we click estimated revenue for all the highest prices to come to the top. This way we can prioritize our highest revenue, but realize we do not have a revenue floor. So if it doesn't have any revenue, that doesn't matter. We are just prioritizing by highest revenue first. Therefore, when you go ahead and click estimated revenue, all the highest prices will come to the top, just like we see here. Now, what you want to do is hover over each specific line. When you hover over each specific line, it'll come up with an actual image, just like this. And now is the time where we use, remember, ladies and gents, our actual product index. Okay, improves confidence all the way to women dominated. So we're going to go ahead and compare this index to this specific product. So as you can see, this looks like it's male dominated. There's not really too much differentiation going on here. And it looks like a general item without too many points being met by the product index. Therefore, we're going to skip this item because it looks just like a normal beanie that you could buy anywhere. We'll go ahead and check out this one now. As you can see, this specific beanie has a bit different design, but that doesn't change the results or benefit of the beanie. Remember, when you're looking for a differentiated or interesting product to sell on impulse buying on Facebook ads, you must be looking for an item that has a proper benefit and result, a bit different than what's commonly found on the market. Therefore, the result and benefit is the same here. We're going to go ahead and check out the next product that comes up.
Okay.
This one looks very, very identical and does the same thing as all these combined, which means we're not seeing a differentiation in the result or benefit whatsoever. Therefore, we're going to keep moving. Here, we see a ponytail puffball, okay, which pretty much makes the hat look different, but doesn't change the result or the benefit of it. So keep that in mind. Don't get tricked because they try to change things and change how they look. We must be focusing on the benefit and the results. Understood?
Yes.
Perfect. So now what we're going to be doing is moving to our next slide, which is a different product. As you can see, this product is a bit different, okay? It has a ponytail hole, so a female can wear her ponytail in the hat and still look beautiful in the wind with her hair blowing and not have to worry about the hair getting messy or having to redo it down the road. You also cannot find this in brick and mortar stores across the globe. It's also extremely woman dominated. It's also massively, massively convenient. So as you can see, this specific item passes 3 or more of the product index criteria, while these didn't. And that's
I must say, it's amazing. I wish I had this a few years ago when I was in school.
Right?
I wouldn't look as dumb.
I agree. Having a system like this makes it so much more clear cut for the end user. And that's why our students are so consistently successful. It's because we have systems like this for every single portion of e-commerce, which is great. Now, what you'll see here is after you see this product, you want to click on it. So see, since we passed it through the system, through the product index system, we're going to go ahead and click on it. And it'll come up to a page that looks just like this, Amazon. What we're going to do is we're going to analyze the price. We'll analyze the actual description, and we'll go ahead and see exactly what the product is really about so we can get a good idea as to how we're going to sell it ourselves. Next, you want to go on AliExpress.com. What you'll do here is you'll type in the name of the product, ponytail beanie. But remember, you want to use singular terms to get the most data like we mentioned previously.
Yes.
You also want to be careful with
remember that
grammar because AliExpress is very, very odd spelling and has very, very odd SEO. So if you spell one thing wrong, you'll get totally different results. So just make sure you're spelling things properly up here.
All right.
And when you do, it'll come up with a list of your products. You always want to sort by your highest order count. And you'll also want to go ahead and try to connect with these suppliers and get them on WhatsApp or Skype. Because when you communicate with them on AliExpress, you get slower response times than having them on Skype. So that's
in fact, may I just stop you there? With Yakkyofy, you can actually skip all that process because thanks to our image recognition technology, you can just have like a quote in just a few minutes, even without contacting anyone, especially because there are a lot of problems with like Chinese suppliers because they have very broken English. So if you just use Yakkyofy, we have like image recognition kind of requests, and it's just gonna give you like a reply for a variety of suppliers, a variety of products similar to this one, and you're just gonna get that in real time. So
absolutely, and I would
no wasted time there.
100%. I would totally recommend using Yakkyofy once you find your product as well. AliExpress should be nothing but a product research tool. When you find your product, you should see if Yakkyofy actually is able to go ahead and get it sourced, which most of the time you guys are able to get almost everything I've been able to get through the product research system. You guys have found everything, which has been amazing. So I really thank you guys for that. And it's super, super important that once you find your product, that you go ahead and get it sourced from Yakkyofy to go ahead and get that quick shipping time because you don't want to have slow shipping times, especially lately. Now,
yeah, absolutely. Because like in Europe and in the US, we can just ship in a handful of days. Like apart from some weathering problems these days, like in Europe, I don't know if you heard of the kind of big storm.
I totally agree. It's been an amazing, amazing actual process so far. So I thank you guys for that.
Please continue.
Cool.
So we found the products and we source it. Now?
Cool. Yep. So once you get that point, you want to go ahead and work out the cost of your product as well. And once you work out your cost, that's what you're going to do to actually realize what you're going to charge for your product. So you're going to attempt to charge 2 to 3x the cost on your website. That'll give you some great, great margin for your specific website. And then once you have your cost and your price basis, you're going to go on Audience Insights in your Facebook Ads Manager. And what you'll do here is you'll actually go in your Facebook Ads Manager, click the little burger up here, this little button, and it'll come down with a big window that looks just like this. You click Audience Insights. What you'll do is actually see a screen that looks just like this when you click on it. And what happens here is you'll actually type in the name of the product to where it says interest. Okay, so when you type in, let's say beanie, it'll come up with a graph that looks just like this. Now, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. You're only going to be marketing to the age groups that have 10% or more on your age groups, because you don't want to market to a low amount of individuals and lose your ad spend. You'd rather give your ad spend to where the most or majority of people who are going to be buyers are going to be. So as you see here, 10% or higher. We'll go with 18 all the way to 64. But keep in mind, we're going to use marketing logic here. People below the age of 22 are known to not have as much money as people above 22. So we are always going 22 and up, never below 22. And with that being said, knowing that we are selling a ponytail beanie, we are aware that probably a 64-year-old won't use it as much as a 54-year-old. Therefore, instead of 18 to 64, we'll go 22 to 54, honing in our age group to a more concise and precise age group of people. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, indeed.
Perfect. Once you have that specific age group, you want to go on YouTube. And what you're going to do on YouTube, and for the next step as well, is validate that there's a passionate community around your product. With that being said, you want to look for 5 videos with 5,000 views in the last 1 year for your product. And as you can see here, we definitely found it. There's a lot of videos for this specific market, and this was passed very, very easily. So 5 videos with 5,000 views or more for a specific product. It does not have to be the same product. It just has to be a product in the same marketplace. So we're looking for a community that's actually passionate and ready to buy something in our market. Once you pass the specific step, you go on to our next step, which is going to be watchcount.com. And what you're going to be doing here is making sure you're having US selected, of course, and then type ponytail beanie. When you type in ponytail beanie, you'll see a screen that looks just like this. Our goal here is to find 5 listings with 200 watches or more per manufacturer. Now, as you can see, we absolutely have that found. And when these last 2 points are met, YouTube and watch count, you know that you have found a winning or a potential winning product, okay? Keep in mind, the goal of this system is to increase the amount of winning products you find and decrease the amount of money that you spend, which is why our students are so successful, because we force them to use a system like this to enable our people to find products quicker with spending less money, because we spend time now and less money later. And that's what's caused all the success that we've had here at Beyond Six Figures. Now, the last step is actually opening a Google document or a Google actual Excel sheet that looks just like this. You'll put product name, which is ponytail beanie, niche, which is beanie, Amazon revenue, which remember we could find on Unicorn Smasher from that previous software, age demographic, which is 22 to 54, the Amazon URL, and the AliExpress URL. Okay. When you have this one product put there, you want to go ahead and do this for 19 other products. You have a list of 20 products ready to go specifically for your testing, because the name of the game here is going to be momentum and consistency. And if you don't have a list of products already lined up with all of your targeting, landing pages, ads, and fulfillment from Yakkyofy already built, you're going to find yourself, 1, unorganized, and 2, not ready to move forward consistently. When you do it like this and you work out all the kinks before you start testing, you'll be able to find much more consistency and enable yourself to find a lot more traction, a lot more quicker, with a lot less money as well, to get to the point where you want to be to actually scale your business. Does that make sense?
It does. I just have one question, if I may. Yeah. In your past experience, how long is kind of the test phase, let's say? So you have these 20 products. How long should you test each one for?
The 3-day rule. The 3-day rule is what we use. So day 1, no view content, we kill it. Day 2, no add to cart, we kill it. And day 3, no purchase, we kill it. That's what we call the 3-day rule. And you should be able to find a winner within these 20 products when you use a system that's this strict. And with that being said, the 3-day rule will enable you not to test longer than 3 days and spend a bunch of wasted money on a product that just won't work. So we use the 3-day rule for our testing benchmark basis.
Okay. So the products, they should be all in the same niche, or you can just have different niche in this, let's say, Google Excel file?
Really good question, by the way. And with that being said, not all in one niche, a whole different plethora of niches. You don't want to corner yourself into one market. Let the market choose you. So be free and go within multiple different markets and make your list of 20 consist of multiple different markets and not just one.
That's very interesting. Is there anything you would like to add, like to this specific?
Yeah. So specifically, I want you guys who are watching right now to really give this a shot. Okay, if you're sick of testing products that don't work, if you're sick of having no direction and not getting traction, this system is exactly what you need to actually find proper consistency. When I was first starting years and years and years ago, I've been doing online marketing and sales online since I've been 13 years old. I'm 25 now. I was never able to have a proper Yeah, right. I was never able to have a proper system. So I've developed systems for every part of product research, targeting, scaling, branding, and now with Yakkyofy, shipping and fulfillment as well, which has made the whole process so amazing and so fluent that we're able to get stores built and scaled fairly easy and a lot quicker than we were years and years ago because of these systems. And so have our students, which is so amazing.
Thank you very much, Justin. So now that we know how to find possible trending products, we need to test them using campaigns. This also means that we need to find a reliable supplier, which is basically us. And with Yakkyofy, it's very easy to find your products. We can offer fast shipping to North America and to most of the EU countries. And thanks to the image recognition technology I mentioned earlier, you can just get quotations for your dropshipping products in minutes at B2B prices. What I mean by B2B is that I mean that you pay less for the single item if you buy more. So if you're interested in any of this, please visit our website. And now I would say that we start with the QA section. So let me read some interesting questions that we get.
Cool.
So there is one question from Federico. I love you, Justin. I'm waiting enough money to start mentorship with you. So I have one question, please. To start a product test, is it better with one product store? Can I start with a niche store to test multiple products?
Amazing question. So first and foremost, niche stores work and general stores work. They both work. Let me give you my persona and what my students do to have so much consistent success, as we have some of the most consistent success in the industry. So general product testing on a general store allows you to be more vulnerable to other products, which means you're not going to lock yourself in the corner with one niche or one product and then have to change everything after it doesn't work. General store, you find products using our system, create a general store, create specific landing pages for each product, because most people will only be looking at the landing page anyway. The moment you start to find some consistency and traction on one of the actual products on your general store, then guess what? Then that general store turns into a niche store of that winning product's niche. So we start off general, find traction, then make it a niche store. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
That's very interesting. Another question, this time from Dimitri. You might want to use as well Helium-10, right, Justin? What is Helium-10?
For sure. Helium-10 is a very, very good software. For my specific system, I like Jungle Scout extension the best.
Jungle Scout. All right. So another question from Gigi. How much budget do you use for products testing?
$5 a day across 10 to 12 audiences. Okay, so we're using something called algorithmic targeting. Algorithmic targeting is a BeyondSixFigures system that I've created, just like product research, to enable you to find your buying audience easier, quicker, and with less money. That's why our students are spending less but getting more results, because we have systems like this to actually enable them to find their buyers quicker. So with that being said, $5 a piece across 10 to 12 different audiences. You'll segment your audiences to things like magazines, previous buyers, types column, and really a bunch of different actual broken down categories to really enable yourself to put all the different types of keywords in their own category, enabling you to really see which corner of the market is buying from you most. Is it people who like magazines? Is it people who like brands? Is it people who are previous buyers? The best way to do it is $5 on 10 to 12 different audiences. But these audiences should be very, very segmented and categorized.
I understand. So next question. Can you please repeat the watch count target for a good product?
Absolutely. So watch count is going to be 5 listings with 200 watches or more per manufacturer.
Perfect. This one is from Mauro. Which are your KPI in Facebook campaign in order to kill it or keep going with it? So what are the most important KPIs?
So in the 3-day rule, we're not looking at anything like CTR, CPC, CPM, all that jazz until it's very, very off or very, very expensive. In that case, we'll kill it. But usually we're following just the 3-day rule, which is day 1, no view content, kill it. Day 2, no add to cart, kill it. And day 3, no purchase, kill it. After the 3-day rule, we then look at our benchmarks for CTR, CPM, CPC, and link clicks. But within the first 3 days, you're looking for view content, add to cart, and purchase.
Okay, great. So this time from Jessica, sorry. Jessica asks, do you have a method to decide the price of the product?
Absolutely.
So how do you press it?
So we find our cost, whatever we're paying from our manufacturer, we're going to 2 to 3x our cost while trying to be somewhere in the ballpark with Amazon. But that's not mandatory to be less expensive than Amazon. We just want to be somewhere competitive with Amazon. So 2 to 3x our cost.
Okay, perfect. From Sophia, how do you check the competition for the product? Do you have some specific tool for it?
Yeah, so what you can actually do is utilize Facebook, okay, as well as literally just going on Facebook, typing in the name of the product and seeing if there's any other ads or other people selling your product. You could also go on AliExpress and type in the name of your product. If there's a million different manufacturers selling the same item and none of them have orders, it's a good sign that the product probably isn't doing too well.
That's perfect. That's all the questions we have for today. And now it's time for our reward, right, Justin?
Absolutely.
So can you explain us the bonus for Beyond Six Figures?
For sure. So we're going to be giving away.
And how to get it as well. We're
giving away to 3 people a $50 prize. And with each winner, we're also going to be giving away a 50% off discount to the Beyond Six Figures University, which is literally our university that we have here at Beyond Six Figures that has all of our systems, all of our tactics, and everything that I've explained today, and so much more that I've spent literally years and years and years compiling and creating, which is super, super cool.
Into effort team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we got 3 winners to go ahead and choose today. And when I could go ahead and choose, I definitely will.
That's lovely. So Yakkyofy is also offering a special bonus. If you're at home, register on Yakkyofy today using this link that you can see in the overlay, and you get 60 free product quotations instead of 30 for free. And now let's talk money. It's the time to choose the free winning questions. Remember that the winner will be contacted in a private message on Messenger, so on Facebook, by one of our colleagues. So Justin, what are your favorite questions?
Okay, so first and foremost, would you like me to go ahead and choose the actual individual?
Yes.
Okay, so
if you like to, yes.
Cool. Yeah. So I should just choose from our comment section that we have here, correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
We have one more question.
Oh, perfect.
Can we ask that?
Yeah.
So Julian asks, do you recommend complete beginners? Oh, we have 2 questions. So they keep coming. That's perfect. Lovely. So Julian asks, do you recommend complete beginners who have no experience in business to work for dropshippers and gain experience instead of jumping straight into dropshipping?
I think it would be a great idea to get experience, yes, but my personal way that I've been able to win in my life is that I just jump into the fire. I'll just jump in, and start trying to make myself better and better, because you don't learn unless you're doing. So definitely get some experience, definitely intern or something, but definitely jump in yourself as well, because the best way to learn is just by doing it yourself. And if you don't do it yourself, you'll never have that firsthand experience. So I say jump in, throw out the sail lines and just sail off into the ocean and make it happen and get started, and, stop trying to come up with excuses as to why you should hold yourself back. Get moving, make it happen, and start literally when you feel comfortable to do so.
I'm sure all of our viewers are so much inspired by you. Definitely.
I hope so.
Yes. I mean, you're charming. Absolutely.
Thanks.
So Eduardo asks, have you ever used Google Ads? Is it good? Is it a good traffic source?
Google Ads is phenomenal. And we use Google Ads after we prove a product through Facebook. So with that being said, once we prove our offer with Facebook, what we'll do is utilize Google Ads to give us a better bottom line. Google Ads won't get you as high as revenue as Facebook, but it'll get you more consistency. And that's where the value for Google Ads really is real consistency.
Okay. If you don't mind, there are still questions that keep on coming. Can I keep on asking them? Lovely. So Ernesto asks, if you test another product in your store with a different target, do you change your pixel? The products are very similar, but different targets.
I'd recommend using the same pixel. When you find a specific winner, you should focus on that winner and stop testing anything else. So if they're in the same market, absolutely use the same pixel to test. But if you find a winner, stop testing everything else and focus on that winner.
Okay. Same asks, what's the difference between products to market through Facebook and products to market with influencers?
Okay, so the thing is, influencer marketing, it should be a much more targeted product toward that influencer's niche, of course. With Facebook, you have more control over how you're marketing, while influencers, you only have really control of when the influencer's posting. You're not going to be getting consistent flow. So Influencer marketing is good to get extra revenue, but it's not good for consistency. So I recommend utilizing and learning digital paid traffic so you can control your traffic.
I understand. So let's see if we have any more coming. Why don't you explain the bonus for the moment?
Cool. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing as well is, aside from giving away $50 to 3 individuals, we're also going to be giving away a 50% off BSF University slot as well. Usually at $1,000, it'll be less than half that at this point, which is phenomenal. You guys will be able to get your hands on the BSF University, which, like I mentioned, is everything that we've literally learned over the last several years, compiled into one amazing program that I put my blood, sweat, and tears into.
Which is the one you explained to us.
Correct.
How to find a winning product.
Yep.
That's so
and
interesting.
that's one of the systems that we have of like 20 to 30 great systems in university, which is great.
Amazing. So last question for now. Dulash asks, what is the best audience for dropshipping?
Well, there's not a single best audience. It's what you can find actual consistency in. So for example, I'm not going to say fitness is better than the pet niche or the pet niche is better than the skincare niche. It's all about choosing the proper product that fits the niche that you're going for. So if you have a proper product, remember, create a proper marketing angle that focuses on benefits and results, and then showcase it to the specific actual niche or market that will go ahead and utilize a product with those specific benefits and results.
Okay. I think we can just start choosing the questions we liked.
Okay.
Oh, wait, there's another one.
Okay, perfect.
Let's ask them all since we have them. So Sandro asks, regardless of the data, which kind of products do you avoid? Are there any to avoid?
Yeah, it's actually funny. I don't like to sell acupuncture products. I don't like to sell massage products that are not battery powered. I also like to stay away from skincare products that have massive claims in them, because Facebook does not like massive claims. You can't make claims or else they'll block your ad account.
What do you mean by claim?
Like saying that this product will get you your skin clear in 2 days. You have to give them
false statements, basically.
Exactly. Spot on.
I see. That's interesting. So what are your favorite questions?
Ooh, my favorite questions. Well, one, Julian Shin definitely had my favorite question of the night so far. So Julian Shin's number 1. My second favorite question was which are your KPI in Facebook campaigns in order to kill it?
Okay.
Going with.
That one was by, I'll tell you in a moment who was that by.
Perfect. And then my third question
was by Mauro.
Perfect.
So Julian, Mauro.
And then my third one is going to be, how do you check the competition for the product? Do you have some specific tool for it? That was my third favorite.
How to check the competition. Let's see. Oh, that was Sophia. So perfect. Sophia won the third one. That's perfect. Lovely. I think there must be another one coming up.
Yeah, sure.
I hope we still have time, right?
Yeah, for sure. We're set.
So nice talking to you. Absolutely.
No, right.
So, Davide asks, do you also use product search tools sometimes?
Yes, we use Shop.
We
use Shop Inspect, but mostly Jungle Scout extension.
Jungle Scout. All right. Which is the one instead of Helium 10, right?
Correct.
The one that you prefer.
Spot on.
Lovely. We also have Simone asking, what kind of products do you sell?
Well,
so perhaps he means the kind of categories.
Yeah, so right now, one of our best products right now is specifically outdoor experience products. These are products that literally have either their children or their family go outside and have fun in the backyard. More people are spending time at home after the pandemic. So literally what's happening now is that people are spending more time outside with their family at their house. So we like to sell outdoor products that can be used in the backyard, and it's doing very well.
That's lovely. So there is one very, very curious question by Eduardo. Just for curiosity, how old are you, Justin?
I have been doing online marketing and sales, since I was 13 years old, originally on YouTube. Now I am 25 years old. All I know is digital marketing and sales. So I'm 25 now.
That is so young, absolutely. I mean, you do look young, but that's really young.
Yeah, hopefully I could stay this young until I'm 50, right? Stay looking this young.
Absolutely. I'm sure that you will. So would you like to rethink of your favorite questions? Perhaps one of the new ones have won.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and choose my next favorite question as well. It's going to be to the gentleman who says, I love you, Justin. I'm just waiting for enough money to start the mentorship with you. He's definitely my fourth favorite. I love you too, brother.
So, Federico.
Federico, I love
I'm sure he appreciates that. Yes, I think these are all the questions we have.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, absolutely. That was so amazing. Would you like to add anything else?
Oh, yeah. For anyone who's either discouraged in the business or hasn't gotten started or is hitting big numbers, realize that this game is a volume game and a consistency game. So you need to find proven systems to use to get the most bang for your ad spend and to get the most traction as quick as possible. So don't underestimate the power of proven systems.
Okay. I have one last question. This is from me, really. So I've been working in the sector for a bit, and sometimes people come to me saying, oh, I feel so discouraged because I've tried several products and I wasn't lucky with any of them. So do you have any advice for these kind of people?
Absolutely.
Like, how can you get on with it?
Use a real product research system. Most people who test tons of products without any winners don't use our product research system. And that's a big reason why they're not successful with it. 2, don't have any system at all. And 3, test random products with low perceived value. Use the system I showed you guys today. Use the product index I showed you guys today, and be very strict while doing it. And I promise you, you have a higher consistency with your hit rate with finding winning products.
That's very interesting. Well, thank you very much. I think we don't have any more questions at this moment.
My pleasure, guys. And thank you guys.
Hold on. Oh, we have some more questions, if I may ask you.
I'm ready for it.
So this comes from, oh no, I think no, I'm just reading them. So yeah, there is one last one that we haven't covered yet. So Giuseppe asks, smart FB ads structure and budget per day for single country to test products. So how much do you spend for every single country on the ads?
I'd recommend $5 a day while marketing to the core 4, USA, Canada, Australia, and UK. That's the core 4. Use $5 on every ad set, up to 10 to 12 ad sets.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So the core 4. So are these like English-speaking countries anyway?
English-speaking, and those are top-tier laptop countries is what we like to call them.
So, and there is one last one. I'll just keep on going since they're coming, right?
Cool,
so,
for sure.
There is somebody asking how long normally you wait to get sales after the ads?
Well, our students, since we have such proven systems, they typically get sales within the first 24 hours after they launch. But most people out there, probably a few days, but we're very, very consistent with getting sales almost immediately after we launch. Does that mean it's a winner? No, but getting sales is something that we're very, very good at almost every single time. Every single product that gets sales is not a winner. But if you start to get sales and consistency, you can scale and make it a winner. So absolutely, after around 24 hours.
Okay. Simone asks, after the pandemic, we say that in a normal situation, which products would sell more easily?
Well, specifically, hobby items are up 62%. Outdoor experience items are up. Pet care items are up. And items that have to do with actually enjoying the outdoors are up because people were locked in their house and now realize that they like being outside more. So preferably hobbies, as well as outdoor experience items.
Okay, lovely. Kobilab Noor says, we can sell branded products on our dropshipping store. Can we sell branded products in our dropshipping store?
Only if it's your brand.
Yes, absolutely, because you can get in big trouble if you sell other brands,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Unless you have an agreement for that.
Spot on.
Yeah, I remember that. That's right. And you can't really market them on Facebook now, can you?
Right, only if it's your brand. If it's your brand, and you have the right, if you have
so if you have like personalized products, which we can actually do,
which
we can personalize products and packaging.
Exactly.
Absolutely. We can put logos on it. It's very interesting.
Absolutely.
And as you said earlier, it's going to raise the perceived value, which is a good thing. Always.
I love it.
So do you prefer to test your Facebook ads campaign using ABO or CBO?
I use automatic bidding and campaign budget optimization. I use them both. I start off with ABO and I scale with CBO.
Okay, that's lovely. So 24 hours. This is related to what we had, what we said earlier. So do you mean I need to stop the ads if I don't see any sales? You mean?
Nope. So we usually get sales
after 3 days, right?
Exactly. After 3 days, we usually get sales, and our students usually get sales after 24 hours, but it's a 3-day window. Day 1, no view content, kill it. Day 2, no add to cart, kill it. And day 3, no purchase, kill it.
And it's $5 per day. So you don't grow that.
That's
okay. So what do you do once you actually find the winning product?
Yep.
And how do you decide that the product is winning? So let's say you have a couple of products that you're testing. So apart from the sales, you said it has to be consistent. Is that right?
Have a high ROAS, return on ad spend. And what you'll do is you start duplicating this. When you get your first sale, and if it's profitable, duplicate that ad set 5 times in the same campaign. That's going to enable you to hit different pockets of buyers within the same audience and actually give you a more consistent foundation to scale on top of. So after you get your first sale, we like to start duplicating 5 times in the same campaign.
Okay. So what Manuel asks, what about targeting to choose interest on Facebook ads? Is there any tools helpful for that to choose correct interest?
Absolutely. We use, the system that I created called algorithmic targeting. I also like to use the Facebook Audience Manager suggestions tab, as well as audience insights. I find all my keywords within there.
Yes, because they give like all the related words. That's so useful. Absolutely.
That's absolutely correct.
So, and Usman Imran says, can you please share slides after the session?
Sure.
The ones that we, I think the ones that we covered only.
Yep.
So yeah, that's very interesting. Thank you very much, Justin. It was an absolute pleasure. And yes, I think I don't have any more questions.
Okay. It was amazing hopping on here. Thank you as well for having me on, and thank the community for watching us. It's been an absolute great time, and hopefully you guys got some good value from today.
Yes. One last one, promise. One last one. Can I?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then we have to say again, if you you gave me the winners already, but if you want to rethink that, just let me know, okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Because we had so many after, so it's a bit unfair for the ones that came after, right?
Absolutely.
So let's see. Sorry, I ask again, what we need to do to stop the ads after 3 days if no sales? And can we use another alternative marketing strategic except Facebook, right? Yeah.
So the system is day 1, no view content, kill it. Day 2, no add to cart, kill it. And day 3, no purchase, kill it. So if your ad does not hit those metrics, you kill it and then move on to something else.
Okay. And is the $5 ad set a bit too little to promote to the top 4 countries that you mentioned before? Asks Eduardo again.
It's been a very, very controversial topic for since 2017. But $5 is more than enough because you're running 10 different audiences.
Fair enough. But in those 4 countries, so you run the same audiences in those countries. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay, that's very interesting. Sometimes I don't think about it. So, do you have any new questions that you prefer to the others?
Honestly, those 4 were my favorite.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for your time. It was absolutely amazing. And we did show earlier how to get the bonus. Right?
Absolutely.
For which is 50%, right?
Yep, 50%.
Lovely. So yes, thank you very much for having us. It was an absolute pleasure.
Likewise, and I can't wait to come back on soon.
Absolutely. We'll welcome you again soon.
Amazing. I'm looking forward to it.